And he says the things about me being like 18 years old. I said it my entire life, never formed a single genuine connection with the girl and stuff. So yeah, this is why this was so significant for me. And for the entire day, I think about texting her and asking her and anything, literally anything. I just want to text her through. Next day, I type my text and I spend an entire fucking hour staring at it, asking God, asking myself, asking everything, asking the universe, asking Google, asking literally for any sign. And in the end, I send it. And she doesn't respond immediately. And I go eat and stuff. Then she responds. My heart flutters, you know? You know that feeling, bro. And I then say sorry because I was also eating. So yeah, I said sorry I was eating, and she says it's okay. And then I said I was gonna ask her about if we can study together tomorrow, like the day after. But I got scared. I got nervous. So I asked for some math notes because she always takes pictures in the class. And she said, yeah, sure. Do you also mind if we can go and study tomorrow? And I said, yes, of course. Like she asked me for the second time. Like, okay. And then, yeah, of course. And she sends everything and yeah, blah, 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 good, everything. And the next day comes and I ask her, good morning, how you doing? And she says that she has a headache and we might have to reschedule. And I say, yeah, okay, of course, anytime you want. And she says 2 p.m. I say, yeah, of course. And then 2 p.m. comes, 10 minutes pass, and I say, hi, is your head feeling better? And she says that she has the flu or a fever and something. So I tell her to take care and like just take some rest and stuff like that. Yeah. And Loki felt depressed. I felt sad. But anyway, this sadness and this everything just kept me awake the entire day. I cried myself. I didn't cry to her. I just had a lot of emotions being processed in in a couple of days. So I just read my what used to be favorite Arc 6 chapter and cried myself to sleep. Then next day comes. And I just can't stop thinking about her, bro. So I asked Claude if because I'm scared of it being like I fell in love with her or something and I just get heartbroken or something. So I just asked Claude if I should. I'm so embarrassed of saying this right now, but I asked Claude if I should goon to her to reduce her worth in my mind. And thankfully, he says that won't change anything. That would just make matters worse because you can't control emotions, and I know that, you know. And that would just make me feel bad, and worse. And then I say okay, and then I tell him, and then he says, I just want to keep talking about that interaction that happened. It was so significant. And he says, why you're thinking like this right now is because humans crave connection. And according to psychology and shit. So, and there's I think 6 types that need to be fed. One is anatomy, which is like taking control of your life, and that was pretty good for me. Second one is like mirroring, which is someone like understanding your interests, or like ReZero, and that was like AI for me. Maybe Twitter too. People on Twitter, yeah. And then there's like relatedness, which is someone actually choosing you for who you are. And she was that for me. And that is the first, probably the first one that shows me for who I actually am for the first time in my 18 years of living off on the face of this earth. So it was being fed finally. And then there's the opposite gender thing as well, and she's realistically the only one that fed it too. And there was another one which is like the craving for that you matter, and you're like you matter in the context of this world. And she fed it a little bit by saying that my words made her feel better, and because of Islam, you know. And so like I sit with this information. I say like, Cloud, why didn't I goon for 6 straight days? Oh, no, yeah. When I asked him to if I should goon to her, and it's because like I had this notion of my mind that if I get engaged, I'm never gooning, I'm never watching Born Again, I'm never doing any of these spells. I'm never even talking to other girls. Like, bro, like I'll just look down on everybody, and not in a bad way, you know. But then and then he says like, you're not gooning not because you got disciplined, not because you're strong. It's because she fed the that hunger for connection, which is something I literally never heard in my entire life. I always heard like, you have to be strong, you have to download these apps, you have to control yourself, you're a man, you know. And I used to get, not gonna say depressed, but I felt bad every time. And she fixed that genuinely. Like, she saved a lot of aspects in my life. Claude is telling me that she didn't save, which I agree. Like, nobody can save you except yourself, but she was the key, you know. So I gotta give her a lot of credit, not gonna lie. So yeah, and she says that, and then after like he says all of that about her, I just keep thinking about sexual stuff with her for some reason. Like, I can't say them out loud, like, but you know, sexual stuff. So Claude tells me to get off this freaking bed and go take a walk. And in the walk, like, my gut complex comes again. And because I was wearing shorts and I knew it was cold, I just didn't want to change into anything. I was wearing shorts and a jacket and had my jacket hat on with headphones and looking down like a depressed teenage kid, you know. And when somebody looks over at me, I would get embarrassed, and that burning thing in my heart, you know. And that's apparently my God complex, like saying that you should not be doing, like, I crave normalcy, and I don't know if I'm normal, but I crave normalcy, but then I say that I shouldn't be normal, like normal human beings, and that's why I do my daily diaries, my YouTube, my stuff. I don't know, bro. Like, it was like I'm discovering so much about myself. It's crazy. And then while I was listening to Roy instrumental, Ryan Moser, blah blah blah, um, because I had both my hands in my pocket, and I didn't want to listen to it, so I wanted to skip, but I also didn't want to make my hands cold, so I just kept listening to it. And in the middle of listening to it, I realized that, like, understanding someone is, it's just like perfectly remembering when a beat drop is gonna happen when you're listening to a song. Like, you know, the lady, you know that song, right? And for Ruby, it's when you know what I mean, yeah. That's just like when you perfectly understand the rhythm of someone. And apparently that's the greatest invention ever, because Claude is glazing me nonstop for it, but I don't think it was that special. Anyway, I just gotta say it at least. And yeah, had this walk and everything, and she still hasn't texted me, and low-key feeling like I am not someone who would chase girls or chase anyone for that matter. Like, I wouldn't chase a guy friend even if he wants, like, if I treated her as a guy and he said he has a flu and he can't go today, I wouldn't in the next day or the next 5-7 days. I mean, maybe I would check up on him. I don't know. Maybe I would, yeah. Maybe I would check up on him, but like, I'm not a sim, bro. But I don't know, bro. I'm genuinely so clueless when it comes to this stuff. It's because it's my first experience, and I understand that. But like, I'm 18, bro. Come on. I don't know. Should I check up on her or not? Maybe only time will tell. Maybe if she texts me tomorrow, I would be so fucking retardedly happy. I would fucking would start coming out of my mouth uncontrollably and drown the whole university. Like, genuinely, bro. You know, Claude says that I'm just craving for that connection again. And it's not wrong. I've turned down going to my family. Not because of her specifically, but because I just want to stay here, and because of the thought of her coming, her saying that she wants to study, and saying I can't because I'm in another country. I know that feels pathetic. Like, why are you changing your life for a girl? But like, she has a chokehold on me, you know? She doesn't realize it too. I don't know, bro. Anyways, today was something. See ya, and yeah, I just want to update my YouTube channel. It has like 436 subs today, which is crazy. Yeah, see you tomorrow.